What is a hero? A mythological figure, often of divine descent, endowed with great strength or ability? An illustrious warrior? No. It's a person admired for achievements and noble qualities, one who shows great courage. Welcome to the What's a Hero podcast, where we dive deep into what a hero is and what makes them that hero. I'm your host, Ken Frownfelter, and I'm going to be introducing you to some of the world's most likely and unlikely heroes. You may have never heard of them before, and they most likely have never met you. But they all have one thing in common. They are ready to do whatever it takes to help make you better, even if it means sacrificing everything for you. Let's get into it.
This is episode 96 of the What's a Hero podcast with me, Ken Frownfelter. Stop self-deception. This is a subject I can write an entire book about. Self-deception is a man-destroyer and a dream killer. It has torn relationships apart, crushed businesses, and created wars. It impairs men's ability to live powerful and purposeful lives. Self-deception is lying to yourself or making yourself believe something that really is not true. In essence, you sell yourself a bunch of crap and you buy into it. This is a shortcut straight into the black hole of life. In psychoanalytic theory, ego defense mechanisms are unconscious processes deployed to de-escalate fear and anxiety that arise when we think we are who we think we should be. Our conscious superego comes into conflict with who we really are, our unconscious ID. Lying to ourselves to hide our weakness and to feel better is a natural reaction, but we must change that. Living a lie is not the way of the warrior, and it is a clear path to self-destruction. To avoid having a distorted view of yourself, it is imperative that you remain aware of who you are and that you constantly evaluate yourself from a place of clarity and honesty. Now, this is easier said than done, but it can be achieved. And that is from the first page of a chapter in the book, The 21st Century Man, written by Rafa Conde, and it's titled The 23rd Discipline, Stop Self-Deception. And the reason I'm bringing that up today is because there's been a lot of stuff that, some stuff that I've been seeing a lot of people doing, and I realize this is a trait that does not, what would be the word for it? It does not embody the warrior. It doesn't embody the hero that we want to look towards, that hero archetype that we're always looking at to seeing what makes the hero a hero. Thus the name of the podcast, the What's a Hero podcast. When we have that idea of that self-deception, that thing who we are, that oh, I'm this, when in fact you may actually not be that thing. The question remains, when you do that sort of thing, who is it you are trying to please? And I posted this question recently online, and I had some feedback. One of the questions was, what do you mean by that when you say, who are you trying to please? Because when I said it, I was mentioning that we're not there to please people so that they take away from what it is that we're doing, or that we're putting aside who it is we are and what we do. The comment that came was, yes, but does this apply to one's work duties? If you go above and beyond your expected duties to help yourself and others be better, are you pleasing yourself? Are you pleasing God? Are you pleasing others? And that's a good question. And that's a question I think needed more detail, because the comment that I made was, you can't go out and just figure out, hey, I got to please these people, be a people pleaser, and take your own goals and your own ambitions and the things that you want to do in your life and put those to the side while you do these things for other people. all these people that are saying, hey, can you do this? Can you do this? Because they know you are going to say yes. They know they can walk on you and, hey, we can get that person to do it. Hey, that person can take care of that for me. Yes, you might be able to do that. You might be the one that is fully capable of making that happen. However, at what cost? At what cost are you fully capable of doing that? Now, I'm not saying that you cannot put other people ahead of yourself. Absolutely. And we should be doing that at some times. We have to look at how we're doing it, why we're doing it, when we're doing it. What's the ultimate goal of getting it done? Is it to always do what other people want you to do? Are you always trying to please them? You're putting yourself at a detriment so you can be what they want you to be? Or are you lying to yourself and saying, I'm just trying to make people happy because we're afraid of upsetting people. We want to be a people pleaser. And that happens to the best of us. And I'll tell you, I'll be the first to admit, I used to do this a lot, an absolute lot. And there are people that know me that would say that's who he is because maybe they don't know me anymore for who I once was. But you cannot go through life always wanting to please other people. Because when you do that, you are deceiving yourself. And I'm not talking about work, and I'm not talking about pleasing God, and I'm not talking about putting others first, because yes, you are required to do those things. But what you need to do and what you need to focus on is that person who has goals, you, who wants to achieve those goals, you, who wants to see the betterment of themselves, the success of themselves, the success of their mission, the success of their family, to the success of their career, whatever it is that you're trying to succeed in, you have to put those forward. But if you're always trying to please other people and not upset them, what kind of message are you telling people? That they're more important than you? I remember my grandmother she was huge. Whenever we'd have these big dinners, she wasn't physically huge, but she was huge on having these big dinners and making sure everybody had what they needed. There'd be everybody at the table, uncles and cousins and nephews and nieces and grandparents and everybody, my parents, everybody was there. And it'd be a Sunday night thing or whatever. And she would make sure she never sat down. She didn't have a seat at the table. Everybody had a chair. She had a stool that she could get up from very quickly and go into the kitchen. She sat closest to the kitchen so she could run in. Oh, you need that? I got to get you that. Oh, you need more this? Okay, I'll go get that. And she would always, and everybody would have to tell her, sit down, because she would always put everybody first. She knew that was what she wanted to do, though. That's who she was. She had a servant's heart that she wanted to make sure that everybody in the family had what they needed. However, the thing that we needed the most, that every single one of us now, when we talk about her, my cousins, my uncle, all these people, my family, is how much we missed her and who she was and what it was that she did and the personal relationships we had with her. And that time that she was not at the table telling the jokes and being there with everybody else and having a good time because she was always in there running in and out. And we had to say, no, we want you here. We miss that. We miss her. We miss being around her. But there was obviously other times that we developed relationships with her. She would come pick us up from school. She would always be there to greet us whenever we'd, go to her house or whatever the case would be. But she was so intent on making sure we had what we needed that I wonder how much she sacrificed that she didn't take care of her own needs, her own desires in life, the things that she wanted to do. And this is the thing that we need to make sure we're not doing. And that is always putting other people first to our own detriment, to where we cannot accomplish the things that we need. If somebody says, hey, I need you for this thing on this day, I can't do that. I've got these things I have to go do. I have a meeting with an investor for a business, or I have my kids, I have to go pick them up or go to their game, or I have to do this thing with them. Oh, but we need you. We can't accomplish this thing without you. Okay, I will put everything that I need aside so I can deal with what you need. That's what I'm talking about. Your own detriment. And when you do that, you're deceiving yourself to thinking, one, I'm the only one that can help these people accomplish this mission. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. Who knows? But in doing that, you're also neglecting all of these other important things, these priorities in your life. The priority 1, priority 2, priority 3 things that you have in your life. So you can deal with priority number 27 over here, your friend. Now, your friends may need you. And I'm not saying neglect your friends. But at what cost? Can you help them without sacrificing your priorities? Can you help them? Can you please them? Can you help these people without missing your mark? It's the idea of, and I've said it before on the podcast, putting your own oxygen mask on before helping anybody else. You need to take care of you. You need to not deceive yourself into thinking that you're the only one that can do that, so I have to screw all these other things away so I can deal with that thing. Take care of your priorities. Take care of the thing that makes you you, and you'll be much better off and able to do the things others need you to do. Now, it doesn't matter what you are. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're a nurse. It doesn't matter if you're a police officer. It doesn't matter if you're just the support system for those people. It doesn't matter if you're a teacher. It doesn't matter what you do. I don't care if you're a plumber or a ditch digger. You have a priority in life. And the desires and the goals that you have cannot be put aside to please other people. Focus on your goals. Focus on your thing. Focus on the person that you wish to be and chase that goal and work towards that prize that you are looking to get. And all these other things, these abilities, these serving and helping other people will happen. But people won't be coming to you, oh, hey, you need to help us do this. Okay, I don't want to upset you, so I will help you do it. They're not going to come to you. They're not going to come ask you for those things, knowing they're going to respect, no, he's got a thing that he does that he has to take care of. He's got this mission that he's on. So yeah, I'm not going to bother him with this. Or they're going to understand when you say, no, I can't do that. They're going to say, oh, right. Okay. Sorry. Thank you for considering me, but I'm going to have to say no this time. That's the idea. Long before the internet, long before we had any kind of way of, and in UFC even, we had all these guys that would come along who were self-proclaimed ninja masters and martial art killers, and they had to register their hands as lethal weapons and stuff like that. There was a guy named Ashita Kim, and this guy was the biggest joke you could think of. He has got videos, and you can Google this and find these on YouTube, that he would say he's a ninja and he was raised by wolves or something along those lines and blah, blah, blah. He went in to do this, make these videos, and show that he could catch bullets and do all these different things. Absolute horse manure. And nobody, everyone's like, wow, this guy's some kind of magic ninja master, all during the 80s and early 90s. And then so UFC comes along and starts dwindling down the idea of what the registered lethal weapon hands of these martial art masters were actually capable of. And you'd see just regular guys being able to stomp them into the ground. So then the internet comes along, and all these people get shown to be the frauds that they are, in addition to what the UFC was producing. And so now we know what we have today with seeing who these fraudsters are. We also see who a real good actual fighter would be. The UFC guys, or actual real martial artists who are actually capable of doing things that people wouldn't think they would be capable of doing, but they're actually capable of doing it. And we're able to see with a certain amount of certainty that they're able to do these things. Well, all those hucksters, all those fake martial artists, they may have started out as real martial artists, but you're not knocking somebody out by waving your hand in the air and taking out a whole gaggle of people with the death touch, or the no touch knockout, or these fake ninja things. That's not real. And I don't care who you are, that's not real. I've been doing martial arts a long time. That stuff's as fake as it comes. And why do I bring it up during this podcast? Because it's that idea of wanting to prove to people that they're something they're not, to try to please people through dishonesty, through self-deception. They start believing it as much as they are trying to get others to believe it as well. They start getting this in their head that, yeah, I actually can knock people out. So they have people that will actually come up to them and say, well, I'd like to see you knock me out with that deft touch or whatever. And it doesn't happen. And then they have some excuse for it because they believe it themselves. They've deceived even themselves into believing this. And the more that you deceive yourself, the more you try to please people, the more you're going to lie to your own self, and you're going to lie to everybody else, and you're going to be of no substance. The hero maintains his substance. The hero doesn't lie to himself, much less lie to anybody else, in order to accomplish the mission and the goals set before him. This is much like the Dunning-Kruger effect. There were two guys, Mr. Dunning, Mr. Kruger, who developed this theory, and it actually is fairly solid, that the more somebody knows something, the less they think they know. And the less somebody knows of something, the more they think they know. Much like, let's use martial arts again. These people who just do garage fu, and those are the people that just train in their garage and they punch a punching bag every once in a while. And like I said, you can find these guys all over YouTube. They think they have this skill, that they are actually somebody that should not be messed with, and they can register their hands as lethal weapons. Their techniques are horrible, their body movement is horrible, their stamina is horrible, their weight, their health is probably horrible, but they have this idea that they are the world's greatest killer or whatever. They actually get into an incident, and they cannot hold their own. They don't last but 5 seconds against either a trained professional fighter or an actual street fighter who has been in several brawls on the street. The reason is because they thought they knew something. However, you go to the complete opposite end of the spectrum, and you meet somebody who has been training in martial arts their entire life, doing things like that, and have been in multiple fights, and realize the more they know, man, I really don't think I know enough. And they'll get into it, and they'll be very, very humble about it. No, I'm not, I don't want to fight because I don't need to fight, one, but I know what this can accomplish. But I also question my own ability to be able to do this. I don't want to hurt anybody, and I don't want to get hurt. Yeah, but you're a martial arts master. You've been doing it for 30, 40 years or whatever. That means nothing, because I don't know what this guy's capable of. And I sometimes question my own ability. Why? Because the more he knows, the less he thinks he knows. And the less you know, the more you think you know. I'm sure you meet people like this all the time. You know people who feel or think this way. It's because everybody, they're too busy trying to please other people and show other people, hey, I can do this, I can do that. Because their ego is just through the roof. The bottom line is, the more you're honest to yourself, the more you hold true and fast to your beliefs and your goals and your desires, the more you will be able to share those same things with other people when the time's right. Don't neglect yourself. Don't deny yourself. Take care of yourself. Work towards your goal. Work towards your future self and the legacy you leave for your children. And people will respect you and understand that around you and not try to guilt you into being a yes person. Don't be a people pleaser, but be a yourself pleaser. And the hero that you are will come out of that. So if you want to know more about the What's a Hero podcast, you can find us on all the social medias. We're on the Twitters and the YouTube. Well, no, we're not on the YouTubes yet. Give me a minute. We'll get there. We're on the Bookface, and we are on the Instagram. Get a hold of us there, or just check out what we have. You can also find us at www.thewhatsaheropodcast.buzzsprout.com, where we have all of our previous episodes and a link to go to whatever podcast platform you like to listen from and or download podcasts from. Go there, download the podcast, have it with you, listen to it while you're doing whatever. You're going on walks, you're going on a run, you're going to the gym, you're going on an airplane ride, whatever you do. Have that with you, or you're outside doing yard work, whatever the case is. Have it with you, share it with your friends, and do us a favor, leave us a review on either iTunes or Spotify or whatever. That way, the more reviews we get, algorithm starts picking it up and telling people who are searching, hey, I need to find a podcast. This is a podcast a lot of people have said nice things about. Okay, cool. I'll listen to the What's a Hero podcast. And then all of a sudden, you have people that you can talk about, oh man, that guy's voice is ridiculously annoying. Or, man, that guy's voice is so soothing. I listen to him to go to sleep. Oh, thanks, man. Anyways, check us out there. Go there. Don't forget to check out A Dose of Ethos. And if you remember, I had Jarrett Morris on here, and he's offering a 10% discount for anybody that uses the code What's a Hero when they check out. Additionally, check out Oversight Performance, which is by Chris Franklin, who was on our last podcast, who is willing to do personal training with you online. He will personally develop a training program and food program and everything for those getting in the military or are in the military who want to get back into shape, things like that. So if you are in the first responder world, in the military, or a supporter of those, or you just listen to the podcast, you can go to either one of those guys and they will be able to help you get back into shape. And it won't be the kind of shape where you're thinking, yeah, I'm in great shape, and when you're not. They will make sure you are in optimal performance, able to perform optimally, so you can meet, reach, and succeed your goals that you are trying to get to. So check those guys out. And remember, don't spend so much time trying to please other people. Don't spend so much time trying to be something you're not. Be who you are. People love who you are. The genuine article that is you. Develop your goals. Have attainable milestones for each of those goals. reach them. And not just, hey, I want to be 10 pounds lighter by Christmas, whatever. I'm talking go big. If your desire is to, I want to own a professional baseball team, then work towards that goal of owning a professional baseball team. If your goal is to just see your children become great adults, awesome. That is great. That's a great goal. They're going to do that if they know that you are that person that is in their corner rooting for them, and you work hard to accomplish your own goals. It's going to happen, but don't neglect who you are in the process. Because there's going to come a time when you are the one that you are looking to, and you're the only one standing next to you. So, chase those goals. Don't try to please everybody. And focus on the hero that you can be. So until next time, I'm Ken Frownfelter, and this has been the What's a Hero podcast. We are clear.